what's going on? It's been a minute, but I'm back. And you know what? These Hollywood streets been out of control since I've been gone, honey. Reality streets been crazy since I've been gone. Like, what is going on with these people in relationships? But first off, I want to start off by saying everything that I say on my show is alleged, strictly alleged, my opinion and the opinions of the internet world. Okay, first and foremost, we all know there is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. There are speculations and what people think, and there's that little gray area in the middle that kind of gets all mixed up. You know what I'm saying? But it is all I'm doing is bringing to you what's out there in the atmosphere, But anyway, yeah, since I've been gone, it's been real crazy. I just want to talk to you real quick about these relationships. I'm about to say I don't know whether to call them relationships because they so short. The relationships are so short. I mean, for some reason, people in Hollywood have the most difficult time keeping relationships together. Honey, I don't be knowing what's going on. Do y'all think it's the money? Drop a comment below. Is it that they get the money and they forget how they're so used to what should I say? Being satisfied and everyone kind of doing what they want them to do. When things don't go 100% the way that they want it, it's hard for them to stick in with it. What is it? Because the relationships, especially in Hollywood, has been cray cray lately. Cray cray, y'all. Just strange and crazy. Laurie Harvey, for instance, and Damson Idris, they broke up. And, they actually, I don't know about y'all. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. But they actually kept it together a little longer than I expected them to stay together. They really did. I didn't expect them to stay together this long, but kudos to them. Kudos, kudos. Um, they made it work out. And you know what? The funny thing is, now they've broken up. Now, I don't know about you guys, but she's a pretty girl. Tell me what you think. I'm sure you all can agree. She's a very pretty girl. And of course, we know she has no shortage in finding no man, honey. And I'm sure the guys that she date or deal with know that, right? But the funny thing is, it's unlike relationships that we all have, break up and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? All their stuff and everything that celebrities do is always in the public eye for ridicule, for people to have a comment on, and bloggers and people to have say what they would do and what they would not do and all this stuff. It's not like the average relationship. So everything that they do is right front and center, right? Unfortunately, because I do feel like they should have a normal life just like us, but you can't have it both ways. You can't have normal life and be a celebrity. They just don't go together. That's what makes them rich, and everybody else got to get up and work average jobs or jobs that are, middle class jobs or whatever, or professional jobs. That it's like some people don't want to be in the public eye, but if you want to be in the public eye, you got to take the scrutiny. So that's just kind of one of those unfavorable things about being a celebrity. But this young lady is very pretty, and like I said earlier, she has no slack in finding a man. We all know that. But the thing is, I think she needs to kind of slow it down a little bit, because this is the thing. I think now all women don't want to be married. You know what I'm saying? All women don't want to be married. Some women just like being single, but she kind of comes across as a young lady that does like to be married. I'm sorry, that would like to be married, not does like to be married because she's not married, but would like to be married at some point. I'm sure she would like to have someone in her life that she could grow with and that kind of thing, and not just be in and out of relationships, in and out of with different deals. It's okay. She's young. She's fine. To experiment and find the right one. But even if she has not been intimate with any of these young men, right? People are going to assume that she is. I feel like she's kind of rushing from relationship to relationship. Some women feel like they gotta have that significant other in their lives to complement them and complete them. Um, I don't think me personally don't think that's necessarily true. I feel as a woman, we have to feel good about ourselves inside. And you'll attract the right person. You know, you're out and she's a person I'm sure that's out and she mingles. She's not sitting home waiting for them to drop in through the ceiling or come through the front door. So she's out and she's doing things where she's in different events and things where she can meet, good guys. But the thing that I'm saying is that when it comes to people with money, they become kind of difficult people to please. And I think that's what it is because all these relationships that I'm hearing, and they are like known relationships. They're not like under the umbrella relationships. They're relationships that people know about. Lori and this young man, they've been kind of kicking it for about a year, that they consider that a long relationship. I personally don't consider that a long relationship. I'm figuring like we just really getting good to get to know people because we all know when you meet someone, you meet their representative, right? You meet the representative. You never meet the real person. You have to unlayer people and pull back their layers to get to the true core. So 1 year or whatever, I know they couldn't been dating much longer than a year because she was with Michael before then. So I think she need to spend some time on herself, because if her goal is to, I'm a little old school, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool about being old school. You know what I'm saying? That vibes with me just right. Cause I wouldn't want to be in this little generation they got going on. This generation right now, generation would not be my generation that I would want to be in, honey. So I'm good being old school. I'm trying to do that thing gracefully. But with nowadays, it's just it's the new generation. They don't have a problem putting everything out and in public. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. And when you are a celebrity, you really don't because you have paparazzi. You have people when you don't think people looking, they're looking. Um, Everything is out there. So my thing is, I still think it's something about the old school vibe because when men, or I would even say it from my point of view, from a woman's standpoint, you don't want nobody who's just been around town. You know what I mean? You don't want a woman or a man that's been in and out of so many relationships that everybody know what's happening. You just don't want that. You still want someone you feel that has a little bit of decorum about themselves. And so it's not always the external part that you have to work on. You can dress that up all day, every day. You put makeup on whatever. But I'm saying the inside has to be worked on. And I think if I was her mom, I would just tell her to slow down, like she say, and work on herself because one of the reasons they broke up is they said their careers need more of their attention right now. And I can see that if she I don't know what else she does, but I think she's a model. I don't know, don't quote me on it, but I think that's what she does. She could be. If she's not, she could because she's a pretty girl. So whatever her career path is, and I think he's an actor, they felt like their careers needed more of their attention, I guess, than they are able to give to each other while they're in a relationship. And I get it. I get it. So now they feel like they want to kind of give each other some space, but they're going to remain friends. Now, how many of us have been in relationships where we said we're going to remain friends? Now, how many times did that happen? Now, we know the phone calls be plentiful. We be talking all the time when you first break up because you still kind of missing each other and you kind of, want to keep in touch and hopefully, what can I say? Things you might get a little get back every now and then. But we all know that when you break up, other people pique your interest. You start doing other things separately. It goes from getting a phone call every day to now getting a phone call 2 or 3 times a week to not talking at all. And we know that's how most of the time when you break up and people separate, people get their own lives. They don't kind of keep that connection. So that's why I say, slow down, Lori. I don't know it's a double standard out here in these streets. It's always been a double standard ever since my grandma was living. Men can get out here and do their thing, and they don't look at them through the same lenses they look at women. You know, so I would say, slow down, baby girl. Deal with you. Deal with you. The men, you got it going on. You're pretty. So a man is not something you slacking in. Be selective about who you want to bring out in the public. Even if you it's hard to kick it behind closed doors because you out there, you're a celebrity. But spend some time getting to know Lori and for real, doing what you want to do. You know what I mean? Focusing on your career and doing you. And I think the man will come. But hey, yeah, but that is another situation that's been kicked the dust, y'all. Um, if she's not been involved with these men sexually, people gonna think she is. It's just how it goes. Because most men ain't gonna hang around like for a long period of time if they don't get the getting, they don't get the goodies, they don't get some. So you feel like okay, you don't want miles on miles on your wife. You don't want miles and miles on your girlfriend. You don't want miles and miles on your baby's mother. Now, men, they do it, and unfortunately, it sucks. You hate that, but it just ride different for them. I was listening to what's the name, Ocho Cinco, and I think Terrell. Um, they were talking. They did a little short, and they were talking about one time they had an orgy, and they were bragging, and I think it was Terrell because I kind of looked at it short. I'm gonna find that clip and add it to this, but they were talking about how they slept with, I think they said like 17 women or something in one night. Now come on. Terrell said after two, he was tired. But he took one for the team. He messed with the big girl. Big girls need love too. And all this and that. They were just sitting there having a whole blown out conversation about it and bragging. We're gonna talk about that one day. Why is that cool? Why is that something to put a notch up under your belt? Because you could get an ABC out here too. I'm saying that one of these alphabets. You know what I'm saying? It's waiting on you just like it's waiting on women. There are a whole lot of diseases. Yeah, you can go and you can get a pill for it. And what is it? An antibiotic? Not an antibiotic. Godly, I can't think. You could go and get a shot for or something, but you can't get shots for all this stuff out here in these streets, honey, and think it's gonna go away. So hope you use protection. But 17 women, I doubt you kept the Johnny on the whole time. I doubt it. So my thing is, they were sitting on there and they was just bragging about it like it was cool. But let a woman do it, honey. Hey, it's a whole nother conversation. She is the H word. She is all over. She is the S word. Men, they laugh and kikiing up like it's no problem. So I mean, it's a double standard. But hey, I didn't write the rules. I just try to follow them sometime. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Lori, you're a beautiful young lady, very pretty. Slow it down a little bit, spend some time getting to know Laura, and you know what? That man gonna come that you want, is gonna make you happy, and you're gonna be proud to be his wife, and he's gonna be proud to be your husband or your main man. You may not want to get married no time soon, but whenever you do, you're gonna know that's yours, and that he's yours and you're his. Okay, so slow it down, baby girl, slow it down. Okay, moving right along. What's going on with Gotti and Angela Simmons? Now here's another breakup, another one. I'm telling you, I have been gone a while and they acting cray cray. Now, Yo Gotti, Angela. Gotti had been running behind Angela since I think for years, like 2015, he said, and his song goes down in the DM was kind of like attributed to her and all this and that and that and this and this and that. But I never really seen them as a couple. I don't know about y'all. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. I never really seen them as a couple. Just didn't, but girls, good girls like them bad boys. I don't know what it is, but it's something about a bad boy. It's something about most girls like a man with an edge. I like men with a little edge. I do. And so most girls and women like men with an edge. It's so unfortunate because the nice boys, it just be hard out here in these streets. But me personally, I like an edge, but I like nice guys. You know, Gotti, he's shown that he has that nice side, but we know Gotti and his name out here in these streets. So I was surprised they got together, but she kind of said no for a long while, and you know, um, she finally gave in to him. She was dating some guy, I think, and she broke it off with him. He was in real estate. If I'm not mistaken, child. But they be, doing so much, honey. I can't keep up sometimes. But she was dating another guy, and then she finally gave in, and she gave him a chance. Now, why Gotti? After the girl finally gave in to your behind, now you want to be out here and start tiptoeing. Now it's always been rumored, not necessarily true because people always have something to say about other people's business. Nobody really knows but those people involved. Nobody knows. I don't know. I only know what I'm hearing out here in these streets, but nobody knows about what's really really happening except them. So it's been rumored that he kind of tiptoe around or whatever. But Angela seems like a nice young lady. I don't know. I'm not a fan or anything like that. So I don't follow her like that. You know, her dad was Reverend Run, um and he seemed like a kind of upstanding guy. And his children, you don't hear a lot of, you really don't hear nothing about his children really, really being wild out here in these streets. Finally gave in to him. Now here he go want to mess around and tiptoe. Well, it's been rumored, and it kind of came out by one of the magazines. I think it was allegedly Gossip of the City put out that he saw that they caught him coming out of the hotel in Vegas with his ex-girlfriend. And I think his ex-girlfriend has two children from him, is what I've been kind of gathering. But she's supposed to be a nurse, pretty girl as well. And they said that they stayed in that hotel thing all night. Well, we know if they stayed in that hotel thing all night, well, went all the way down, as Scotty say. Probably. I don't think they was in there talking, especially if they got children together. But who knows? Only the two of them really, really know. Maybe they were in there just having a conversation. I don't know. But honey, when you go to Gotti's Instagram and you went to Angela's Instagram, they've taken all the pictures down. So, where there is smoke, most time there is fire. So, it's supposedly that they've broken up. And it's unfortunate because they seem like they had a good vibe going on. Even though I didn't see the two of them together, it does seem as if they broken up because the pictures kind of solidified it. Because honey, he was real smitten with her. He was really seemed like he was really into Angela. And you know what it probably was? Just like I was saying earlier, it's that chase thing. It's that chase thing. When you got to do a little work to get to what you want, you be like salivating over that mug. You be really wanting it. But when you get it, now the chase is over. You see what I'm saying? It's like, and if so, then if you're gonna make them wait, you're gonna have to really, really make it like, okay, this what you've been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? And then they probably might stay around. But when you a celebrity like got it and they see so many women, they see so many women, but you don't kind of hear him out here like that with woman after woman. At least I haven't seen pictures of it. So if he hiding, he doing a really good job. But them ex baby mamas and stuff like that, boy, they be having that connection. So if Angela and Gotti has broken up, I didn't really see them being together anyway, but I was really shocked that I leave them and I leave the streets alone for a minute, and everybody I come back and everybody just don't know how to act. So I'm not surprised that they are broken up. I didn't see this as a long term thing, but they were surprising me that they were hanging in there. I mean, he went all out for her last birthday. I mean, he did it up. So I don't know what happened or what the ex baby mama said, ex girlfriend, Nursey Pooh. Nursey Pooh said something that then caused a little ruffle, a little wave in the relationship, and it's unfortunate. They may or may not get back together. They're young, you know how it is. They start whispering those sweet nothings, and you be like, "God dang, I'm busted. Let me go ahead, see what I can do." Or they might be like, "Hey, it was good while it lasted. That train is over with now." So we just got to keep our eyes on them. And Angela, at any rate, girl, you had your thing going before he came. I wish you well. Um, and Gotti, you doing your thing. So, some things are meant for a lifetime and some meant for a season. Maybe this is just one of them season things. But anyway, good luck to y'all. Um, next, honey, I tell you what. Now, you want to talk about something that really, really took me over, and I'm pretty good at relationships. I done put some really, really good relationships together. I'm actually gonna do a little connection thing one of these days because I done put some really, really good relationships. I mean, my relationship, I've been married. I've been married 30 years, going on 31. Connected my sister and my brother-in-law. They've been like 32, something like that. Long time. I've connected people, other folks together. They will remain nameless. They seem to be flying pretty good. So I'm pretty good judge of character. Some things slip by me sometimes. It's okay. But this right here really shook a sister. Shook me. What's going on with my girl Remy Ma and Papoose? Now, now this right here, y'all. I'm gonna take a pause. Water is the best thing, honey. But when I tell you, is it true what I'm hearing that Remy Ma cheated on my boy Papoose with someone named Battle Rapper Easy or whoever. Why? I'm gonna say that people are making more out of this than it is because he loved, at least it appeared, and and it's been for years. He held her down. I mean, that's not to keep nobody locked into you permanently. Excuse me, but when she was down, you know, it- during time, he stood by her. He loved her. He had her back all the time. And she seemed like she loved him. And I always had a little question mark there. Cause I don't know. And I love myself some Remy. I love her. Um, I like her struggle. I like her hustle. I like her music. And I love them together. Remy and Papoose, I'm gonna say that something is wrong with this story. They'll break through whatever this is. I ain't gonna even spend a whole lot of time on this because when Black Love, this is a little couple here that I know, you know, gonna push through. But I heard that she was cheating on him. I just really couldn't believe it. I'm praying that y'all work this out. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause I don't know who this rapper Easy or whoever he is, but I know she loves herself some Papoose, her baby's father, her husband, who's been there for her. I know things that look good on the outside, baby, baby. You be needing a rock. Getting up there in a particular age, all these fly by relationships and men, they might be good to you, baby. It might feel good to you, baby, but it ain't always good for you. You know what I'm saying? So I really, really hope that if anything is going on with that relationship, they work through it. I mean, you can't stay with somebody just because they were good to you and all of this stuff and they had your back. You mean you gotta find something because that means somebody got you holding you down. And when you're in a relationship, it's gonna be ups and downs, highs and lows, hills and valleys, baby. That's what relationships are about. It ain't always gonna be sunny bunny. But that's what makes a good, strong relationship. You can get out here and lay it open for anybody. That's how it goes. I mean, come on. But we talking about you do that kind of stuff when you're young. As you get older, you realize the importance of having somebody to have your back, good, bad, and ugly. That's what matters. So whatever might be going on in this little situationship with whoever this young man is, and he's probably a good guy. I don't know, but I don't like my boy Papoose getting upset, and I like reading with him. So I want y'all to work it out now. I don't want y'all to work it out. I hope that's not true. I really, really, really do. Because they really love each other. And I feel whatever, like relationships, the longer you're in them, sometimes they get a little boring. You got to find ways to recreate yourself and to get that flame going again. So I'm really hoping that they can kind of rejuvenate things or whatever. I'm praying for y'all, because I love y'all together, girlfriend. Don't be out here in these streets getting blindsided. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how it could be sometime out here, but you don't want to do that because you know what you got at home. You don't know what you're getting, okay? All right. So next. Who is it? Kim Zolciak and Croy Bierman. Now look at him. These two right here. I'm not surprised they breaking up or going through something. Because when I would tell you, uh, the money funny, baby. When that money get funny, baby, that relationship get funny, baby. And I'm not surprised on them at all for the simple fact that she spent a lot of money from what I could see. She spent a whole lot of money. And now BMW is saying they want their Rolls Royce back from Croy, and they filed paperwork to try to get it back, get their car back. Because I guess Croy said I don't want to give up my Rolls Royce, but BMW say give it up. So yeah, but on the real side, you don't wish bad luck on anybody financial issues or anything like that. But when financial issues happen, a lot of times the relationships go right behind. If you're not strong and can break through it, they had a lot going on in their relationship so soon. First of all, he was younger. He's not much younger, but he's a little younger than her. She was more mature and probably had experienced more things, and he was infatuated with all that. But she's had so much surgery now, and her attitude was stank because I did not like when she was the way she was treating her mom at her wedding. It was either after the wedding, at the reception, or something where she wanted to go. Her mom wanted to use the restroom, and she didn't want the mom to go in there because the baby was asleep. Now, I wish I would tell my mom that she can't go in somewhere because my baby's asleep. She would what? Slap the you know what off me. The BL. Child, my mama would not be playing around with me. My mom would not play that. She would give me that look like, "Girl, if you don't sit down and get out of here." But um she actually would not allow her mom. She made her mom to leave. She would not allow her mom to use the restroom. She wanted her to use the little porta potty outside, which I thought was so degrading. But her mom, their relationship was strained for a while. I don't know how they are now because I hadn't been seeing her mom and dad, on the shows when she had it. So I don't know if they just stepped away from everything, but it was really trifling how Kim was. But now her and her husband are back down to reality. Reality ain't no joke. My grandma always said, "You be careful how you treat people when you up high because coming down can be something else, baby. You don't burn your bridges." And she burnt bridges. She got rid of Sweetie. She got rid of a lot of people that had her back and held her back. Now she out here looking crazy in these streets, having to call the police because Croy put her out the bedroom. Allegedly. Allegedly. Well, really not allegedly because I saw the video. You know what I'm saying? But she, financially, I don't wish any type of financial ruin on anyone. But you have to be nice to people. She was really, I don't know, I guess she had select people she was nice to, but she was a little jerk sometimes. But they done been dealing with the police. They acting like us, y'all. They getting kicked out the bedroom with your pillow, having to call the popo over to the house because he won't let her in. They just been acting real average around this mug. Um, but for their kids, I really hope they can pull through, at least being cordial and being able to get along because they've been out here acting real ghetto. So I don't know. It's been really a whole lot. It's been a whole lot going on with them in the street. Their financials been out there. They don't have the houses in foreclosure. I mean, when it rains, it pours. And then y'all see Corbett, that black hair girl. He just looking out here like a whole new man. He might be having him somebody already because he didn't change that hair. He just looking like somebody else. So Croy looking like I am over it, done with it, and want to move on. His people seem like they were kind of dealing with Kim because they had to, because that was his wife, but I don't think they ever really felt Kim. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We're gonna stay tuned to keep our eyes on them because it's been a lot. That money funny, honey. So that money be funny, that relationship get funnier. So I don't wish it on nobody. They do have these children, but at the end of the day, I hope that they can be cordial and get along for these children. And because that's what's most important. Most important. Um, so into old ways. Um, did y'all see the Neil Long interview with Jeezy? That was one of the best conversations. I don't even want to call it an interview. I want to call it a conversation, you know, because I felt a connection there between them. I know he called her his sister and all, but they're not really sister and brother, y'all. But I felt something kind of connecting there. I felt that they kind of vibed. I don't know. It might just be me, but my little antennas was going on. Um, yeah, but that was a really good interview. They talked about a very vast array of things, and I felt Nia did a very good job of listening and communicating, and Jeezy was honest and open, and those were key, girl. I gathered from the conversation that they had that they both have experienced things, and I was really glad, and I was really happy to see the evolution of Jeezy. He came across very groomed, very mature. Um, he expressed his hurt. As I said, he has that edge, but he also knows when to let it down and be open and honest and vulnerable. I saw all of that, y'all. And you know what? When he married Jenny Mai, right? I'm gonna keep it 100. Their relationship, I kind of grew to be like, okay, maybe they might have a little something here. I never saw them as a couple. I never ever would have put the two of them together in a million years. I would have never. But they got married. I don't know what that was about though, but it did end up have they did end up having a marriage and a beautiful little girl. So now they're connected forever. How Cardi B say forever. They are connected. So hopefully they can get along for the baby. Jeezy seems like he is very mellow, but he ain't gonna take no shit naive, as Scrappy say. He didn't want to disrespect Jenny Mai by indicating, and Nia kind of asked him certain questions. He respected her and he wouldn't put things out there that were, that is his baby's mother and she's a woman, and he didn't seem that he wanted to do that. But I did gather that there's no more get back there. That relationship is done. It's done. Now it's just a formality of ending it. And unfortunately, it ended like it did. It seems like he wouldn't have stepped into a marriage if he didn't want it to work. But whatever happened in that marriage, they know what it was and what it is. Well, what it was rather, and it just he couldn't deal with it anymore. He did go to counseling, he stated, but I guess the counseling just wouldn't do it. I don't know. Again, sometimes when people have a celebrityism about themselves, they're hard to please. Sometimes they're broken and they don't know what makes them happy themselves. So it's hard for somebody else to please you if you as a person don't know what makes you happy. And then sometimes people have brokenness going on. Jesus explained some of the things that happened to him, the molestation by a babysitter or a neighbor or something like that, babysitter, when he was younger. And that kind of stuff, that little child, as Nia called it, stays a part of you. Certain things you learn how to move on past, but certain things you never forget. It always is there and it encompasses a part of your spirit, your walk, your daily walk, but you learn how to suppress it and move on. But it comes up every now and then in certain things that you do and deal with in your everyday relationships. So he did express what happened and how what happened introduced him to sex young and all of that. So I personally was like, wow, he is really has matured. And I can't say he has matured because he may have always had that maturity edge about him, because it seems like he had that kind of relationship with his mother where it wasn't solid like he wanted to be. He respected his mother. He loves his mother dearly, but she's since passed a few years ago. And I think Jenny Mai was at the funeral. I think I remember seeing the clip. And yeah, he was open and honest about where he is right now and the things that he's dealing with. So, but I did see a little connect with him, and yeah, I felt a whole lot of commonality there with the two of them. So, keep your eyes open, Hunte. Keep your eyes open. They had a lot of things in common, a lot of childhood scars, and never know, never know. But I hate that um GDC's relationship with his wife. They're still married at this point, didn't work out. They have a little baby that is now going to have to share. She got to be shared between the two parents because they're not together, physically as a husband and wife in the home. But that's like most of our lives. I didn't have that either. I turned out okay. As long as the child knows that her parents love them, they can co-parent and be awesome. It'd probably be even better, because I think one thing not to do is to be in a relationship with someone just because you have children. It's not going to work because the children are going to feed and they're going to know the unhappiness. So I think the best thing they could have done was probably break up. And like Jesus said, his father, he learned from his father. Hey, um, with the relationship between his mother and father. He learned some things from it. I can't quote what he said right now because I saw it, the interview, the conversation a few days ago. But he's not going to let anyone invade his private space mentally, take him somewhere that he don't want to be emotionally. So he's not going to allow that. If I what I gathered is that if you're not mentally uplifting me, then you kind of like put me in a space I don't want to be in, and I'm out. I'm not dealing with it no more. But we're gonna make this thing work for the baby so we can make it our daughter and make things as healthy and happy for her. So that's the main thing. Keeping things as normal as you can for the baby. So that's really because they haven't been married long enough to really do a whole bunch else. So I'm just praying for them. I don't think that Jenny mind. I know she filed to have full custody of the child. No, no. I don't feel like you. He's not a gangster. He ain't out here doing things. Back in the day, he may have been. His lifestyle was probably a little rough, but anything can happen to anybody. I think he's more grounded. He seems like he's more focused. He's about his business, just like you. He's making his money and he's making things work for him. So I don't think full custody should go. I don't know how they do that now because when people are married and they break up, I don't know how that full custody thing works. Y'all drop a comment if you know, but uh I think someone has to have the dominant custody. And most of the time it probably will go to the mom if unless the mom is unfit, and I don't think Jeannie Ma is unfit. So I don't know. But then sometimes they make it shared custody. So we just gonna have to see how this thing here work out. Cause I know Jeezy ain't gonna take nothing sitting down. He gonna fight for that for whatever he wants and whatever he feels is fair. And he has money, and I'm sure gonna get him a good attorney, just like the next person. So be ready for a fight. That's all I can say. So I'm wishing luck to the both of them. Uh I know from what I can see, Jeezy has that side of hustle. He's strong. He has that compassionate. He he doesn't seem so superficial about money that he can't relate to every day. So I don't see any reason why he would not have equal custody of his child. I don't know enough about his internal life and struggle. I'm sure she's gotten to know some things she's probably going to use against them, but, God has the last word. So here we go. Good luck to you all. And I hope the best works out for the baby. Whew, child, y'all see what I'm saying? That these streets been cray cray. Cray cray, child. Cray cray. I mean, it's been a lot going on out here. And what I lately, what I've been what's going on? I can't even get my words right. It's been. What's going on with KeKe and her ex Darius and baby daddy? Him abusing her allegedly, but it's missing video out here showing. So it's not a whole bunch of alleged, but you got to say allegedly. But why would you do that, Darius? Why? And I heard his mom. I'm gonna just play this video so you can hear what her mother had to say. Because, honey, what is his problem? KeKe has been had a great career, and you want to show your little natural behind up and try to stain it. Why? I think you're jealous a little bit of her personally, y'all. Tell me what y'all think. Drop some comments down there. I think he has a little envy of her and her career. But he got that pretty boy look. He's probably used to getting the attention and all that. But KeKe stands on her own, and she's very successful. And I don't know a whole bunch about nobody knows these people, these celebrities personally. Let's keep it 100. People, bloggers and people who have the podcast like me, we talk about different things, but we don't really know these people. So I don't know KeKe like that, you know. But you don't put your hands on a woman. This is your son's mother. Like, what is your malfunction? That is the thing. These young men today, and not all of them, but the ones that do feel like that you somebody daddy, you are not her father. You don't be putting your hands on her. KeKe, I'm gonna tell you something. Stay away from him. When he come back with that plea, because they use them babies and they want to be sorry after they do something. I'm gonna tell you, I lost my daughter to domestic violence in 2019. I miss her so much each and every day. and she left me my grandson, and I love him so much. But when I tell you, listen, stay away from him. When a man starts putting their hands on you, it doesn't get better. They appear that it's going to get better. Yes, they do, but it does not get better. Most times it progresses. You a pretty girl. No one needs to be putting their hands on you, making you look like no old woman and aging your face and your body. No, ma'am, no turkey, and no dang on ham. None of that. Leave him. Stay away from him. If he can hurt you, you don't want to put your baby in that position. You don't. Your mama said it. Told his brother a thing or two. I'm telling you, leave him. I think you got that restraining order in place. And keep you some bodyguards. You got the money. Keep you a bodyguard on the lookout. Don't take nothing for granted. Don't let your guard down. I don't be trusting people when they start showing that they can be violent and stuff. He's a coward. I know that's your baby daddy. Sorry, but he's a coward because you are his baby's mother. If he can put his hands on you or try to hurt you or harm you in any way, there's no time for me. You don't get one time for that. If you think that you can step over boundaries and do something like that, it is OVER because I don't promote violence, but it's gonna be me or you, baby. And if God see fit, it won't be me. So I'm telling you, KeKe, get you some security, keep your protection around you. If anything I could say to my daughter, and I did say to my daughter, and I wish she had listened, leave him, leave him, leave him. I wish you well, protection for you and that baby. And listen to your mom. She knows best. All right. But yeah, I was like tripping. Like he got some balls out here to do something like that. And not just because it's KeKe and she's a celebrity, but just because she's a woman and she's the mother of your child, your baby. Like, what is your malfunction, pretty boy Floyd? No, get yourself together. Get right. Be a man. Don't be a coward. Okay? That's all I'm saying to you. Okay? But anyway, I don't know what happened, but anywhere it go, if a woman puts their hand on you and you feel like you're gonna have to retaliate, then walk away and you be done. Because I'm not good for domestic violence either way. It's you're not anyone's mother or father. You don't put your hands on them. You know, it's just crazy. But anyway, I just want to come and talk to y'all for a little bit and just holler at you because it's been a moment, since I've had time to do this. But I tell you, one thing about our communities, especially our communities, we have to try to keep our families together. And that's what most people want. They want to have a family that's going to be functioning and happy and someone that you can spend and grow with, right? Time and grow with. But when a relationship gets to be sour, you have to know when enough is enough and you have to walk away. That's what's most important. A lot of times, in my opinion, when it comes to money, it always changes up a relationship. And I think that sometimes that's partly part of the issue with Hollywood relationships. They are used to having so much at their beck and call, like so many yes people, so many like people that would do anything just to be in their presence. A lot of times when you're in relationships, you got to be able to give sometimes. And it's hard to give when people just kind of give you all the time. And so I think that's kind of like part of the problem. When you're a celebrity, so many people put you on this pedestal. It's hard to come down. And so when you're in a relationship with another celebrity, particularly, especially, they're used to having it their way too. Now something's gonna have to give. I think a lot of times they have to they become like oil and water. It just becomes real slippery, slippery slope. Unlike everyday people, with us, our egos are there as well, but it's from a different standpoint. I think it's just when you have money, it becomes very difficult to satisfy you. Sometimes the little things are not enough. That's just crazy, but it just is what it is. It's just not enough when you have money and you have celebrityism and people are always giving you what you need and want, it's very difficult to be able to know how to just exist and be every day, and I know a lot of times a lot of celebrities probably be like, just leave me alone, let my relationship be, but you can't have it both ways. If you are a celebrity, it's kind of hard to hide when you cheating, especially if you're a known A-lister or a B-lister or something like that. People want to know what time it is and what you're doing. So if your relationship has to, you got to find that little happy space where you try to keep the relationship as normal as possible and try to grow, because it's just, I'm sure that little Hollywood arena is not very big. So everybody start dating the same people and crossing over and all that stuff, and then it just get real icky. So I'm just saying, everything is about, even in everyday communities, it's about keeping your relationships together for, especially when you have children, so your children can be in a happy, healthy relationship. If it is not gonna be that way, then peace out later, and it's time to move on. So anyway, that is all I got here for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed my show. I will be back soon. And this is my first time trying it without going live, and I actually really enjoyed it doing it this way and recording the show this way. So I will be definitely shaking it up and doing a little bit of both. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will be back soon. Holla at you.